Hi, Hearties. This is Valley Voice Editorial, and we are talking about Heartieship today and all the information that we had going through the season. We are recapping. We are recapping season 12 and all our Heartieships. So this is Dawn Bateman, and I'm from North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Chelsea from Puerto Rico.
Hey, I'm Jen from Seattle.
I'm Marg from San Diego.
So we have all of the results that for all of our Heartieships. So we're just going to go through what we had for every episode for Heartieship and see what we found with the hits and the classifieds. I'm not going to talk about the things that we missed because it's really not anything.
And just so
that...
people know, Heartieship is akin to, what's the game? Oh,
Battleship.
I'm blanking. So we had Hearties make guesses, and then with our various guests, we had hit, miss, or classified. So we're only going to really cover the hits and the classifieds.
Hits and classifieds, yeah. So
they've been fulfilled.
The first Heartieship was January 8th with Brian Bird. So one of the hits was Flo and Ned butt heads to what? Flo and Ned butt heads. So no more comic books. There you go. I was like,
well, those comic books are still coming, but they definitely. I mean, that was a moment because Ned he was like, you were reading them, like she was kind of
plot twist.
Hot twist.
Yeah. Kind of seemed like he wanted her exposed on the radio.
That was funny. I did like that. Another hit was Nathan and or Oliver will chop wood.
Indeed, that happened.
Yes, we did see that. We saw it. Unless we're getting Oliver too.
Well, I was going to say, we haven't seen Oliver. It was all Nathan for that one.
Well, could Oliver get a faucet and get the water? Yeah,
he's a teenager. Stop.
I was going to say,
okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that went off the rails. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't think about it. Sorry.
Oh dear. Another hit was
Mountie. It's a PG show.
Oh dear. Another hot hit. Mountie Cadet Oliver will help solve this season's mystery.
Yeah.
And that's going to be how many episodes, and we're still talking about it. So that was a hit early.
That's amazing that we got that early. Wow. Because he was like the bumbling cadet, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the first. That was the first episode after the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Because we were.
Yeah. But had he done the filing where he was super, super good at it yet?
I don't think so.
I don't remember early in that one.
No. That might have given a little bit of a clue, but.
Oh, but
anyways, kudos to whoever came up with that.
With his ash tree distinction. He knew this.
A lot of knowledge
led to the.
That was a good idea too for the storyline.
Yeah, and it's really cool because he's a new character, and sometimes it takes a while for new characters to actually get into a mystery or something like that. But he from the get-go, he's a new character. You're jumping in this mystery and taking quite a few episodes, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Yeah. All right, and then the other hit on that particular episode, Lucas and Lee come to blows with Edwin.
Yeah, so that confuses me because the guess was, I remember that guess, it was they struggle on top of the train, somebody imagined it was a Harrison
literal blows.
Yeah.
Right.
I was really waiting to see them fisticuffs, We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Well, that whole story, I think we talked about it in their last Valley Voice editorials, is about that storyline was really short for me. So I'm seeing that as well.
The Lucas and the Edwin?
Lee.
Is
Oh, the
Luc-
Lee. I
Lucas
gotcha.
and Lee. I
Mhm.
said
Yeah.
it comes to blows with Edwin.
Yeah, so
So
it's
I
with
mean,
Edwin.
Edwin
Yeah.
was the catalyst for
Right,
that. Interesting. All right, and then we had one classified, and the classified was, will Fiona make an appearance?
She
And
did.
he did.
Yay.
And one
We
of
had her
the
for 3
most,
episodes, right?
I don't remember how
It was
many.
definitely more than 2, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
usually 2 is in a block, and so that's how they
Yeah, and
do it.
I don't know who was the chat that we talked about, but I think one of our directors about the goodbye
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
Elizabeth and Fiona,
Mhm.
and that was one take.
Oh,
Yes.
with
That was like- and
Kristen. That was
that was
the chat
Kristen.
with Kristen. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
One take, yeah. Amazing scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
was talking about like how they love each other like really authentically in real life. So that really showed into that scene where just like one take and that's it. Like it was all like, in the surface.
Mhm.
right. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, that was our first week out of the box
Great
for that
job,
one.
Hearties.
So
Great
yeah,
job.
good job, Brian. All right. So the next one was January 16th, my birthday, with Mike Roll and Brian Bird. I don't remember. It was just, the episode
That
had
episode had Mike
with
Roll.
Mike, and then Brian did the Heartieship with us.
Yeah.
All right. So hits.
Mhm.
Lucas and Edie will teach everyone that politics is about people. And that was a hit.
Mm.
Okay, I don't think we've seen that resolution yet, so
We're on our
that's
way.
still to come.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, but that was early. You think about that
Right.
hit, I'm like, interesting.
That's when we first met Edie.
Mhm.
Because that
Right,
Yeah.
right. I
that
love
was
her.
a line in the office.
Yeah.
That he said something.
Right.
Mhm. I
And
think it was
then,
Edie who said it, and so it was like, yeah,
yeah.
good setup.
So this one, it says easy hit. Nathan will confront Hargreaves to advocate for Oliver.
Oh, come on. Some credit. An easy hit is still a hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just says it in the slides. I'm just saying. Oh dear. Okay, another one. Faith and Bill will be the first Hope Valley marriage. Okay.
Oh, no, I remember.
Faith and Bill will be
Therapist,
the
they're
first
like
Hope Valley
marriage
marriage therapist.
Because remember they gave the advice to
Oh yeah, and in parentheses it says in spirit only.
it's the advice they gave to May and Hickam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, and
I don't
this
know that we've seen a lot more
I
relationship
don't know. I mean,
advice.
I think because it was in spirit only,
Yeah,
I think that's the only thing that
I know, but I'm
Yeah,
just
think
saying in
about-
general, except for maybe Rosemary giving Elizabeth advice and then Elizabeth sort of counseling Nathan about the Wyatt stuff, like a girl's not going to get over it super fast or whatever.
yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to maybe, if we get season 13, I'm looking forward to a not Bill, Lee and Nathan conversation about relationships.
Mm.
Just and talking about the marriage therapist. I'm like, the good.
how do you think as if Nathan
If
is
there's any rift or, and there's not going to be, no, Hope
with
Valley is
Elizabeth.
going to be fine.
Oh, you're saying with there could be a rift between
Oh,
Elizabeth
yeah, or
and
just adjusting to, a long-term relationship, because I don't know that Nathan has ever, because, you would think that he never had a relationship,
yeah,
I don't know. What do you guys think? I
True.
don't know.
yeah.
That's
whether or
my
not they're
impression.
engaged, they could be engaged by the end of the season. We could be, who knows? But I can't
Yeah,
imagine
but I'm
there would
looking
be
for
a wedding in the last 2 episodes
Well,
as well.
maybe it would be Bill and Nathan, because,
Yeah.
if
that
Bill
seems more
is,
likely.
Yeah.
dealing with Georgie, hopefully, season
Ooh.
13, season, whatever it is. You know, that would be an interesting conversation too, because, you know,
Wouldn't it
Bill's,
be kind of the blind leading the blind? Did that?
yeah, but Bill was married. I mean, he had, you know, he had a relationship and
Been
I
a
think it was a
while, yeah.
daughter and that was
True.
killed. So, I mean, he has more experience than, you know, but not on our screen, but
Right.
in
Right.
his past.
Mhm.
So, I don't know.
See what I did
And that-
there with
hey,
the
now-
blind leading the blind, you know. I don't know.
Hickam's married too now, so that would be a
Oh,
funny.
see, now that's something.
That would be if you want to go into maybe like some comedy. That would be
Maybe,
funny.
maybe a men's night out, or not out, men's like fishing trip, or you know, a bonding time that they are just, you know, all around, like, you know, the wives are just, you know,
Airing out some
picking their-
frustration.
yeah, exactly, picking their, you know, what's the word? You guys are married. What are you doing?
What?
when your husbands are just like irritated with you guys because you are, you know, what's the word?
Oh, my
Hey,
husband's
We're
never
never irritating.
Of
I don't know
course.
what you're talking.
Why would we ever be irritating?
I never. I'm okay. Totally.
I mean, you're my work wife. I mean, you never find me irritating, I'm sure.
No, not at all. Oh dear me. Oh yeah.
Okay, back to the Hearties.
I was gonna say I love the edit button at this point.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
dear me. All right. So, oh my word. Okay, that was the last hit. So we had two classifieds. Will a traveling theater group bring drama to Rosie's radio show?
Not a traveling. It was
Not traveling.
Yeah.
They stayed pretty close to home with that.
Yep.
Interesting though,
Yeah.
you know, because it was, and it would be a hit, but not really. I think that we talked
Yeah.
with Chris, and we'll probably lower down in our Heartieship. You know, he's like hit and not hit or not
Yeah,
miss. It was just like could be
miss adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah, miss
It was
adjacent. That
miss
was it. Yeah,
adjacent. Yeah.
that's
That
funny.
was
But I think-
Johannah, I think.
I think Hearties are always hoping for something with the theater and Rosemary.
Always.
I think
That's
that's
true.
always in the back of our minds, right? Like,
Yes, yeah.
we want that. We want, you know, and so
We
anytime we
want
get
to
a
see
little piece of that.
Elizabeth's land from Jack. We want to see the theater for Rosemary.
Yes.
We want to see
What's
Philip
under the
come back
fish.
to town with his eyesight. We want
Yes.
to see what's under the fish. With
Yes,
the-
and the hole in the pulpit.
there
Yeah,
you go. Just
the
had a
hidey
question
hole.
about that this week. The hidey hole,
The hidey
in
hole from the
lectern
pulpit.
and the church.
Yeah,
If they could finish all those, we'd be set.
yes.
Mhm.
Love to Allison for the hidey hole.
Totally.
Okay. The other classified was, will Randall Rockwell start his own radio show?
Yeah, so it was his
Mm.
brother, right? I can't remember the guy's
I
name,
don't
but
remember.
It started with an R.
yeah, was it? It had to have been alliteration with the R's.
Randall.
Was it cousin or brother?
Roland. Roland?
So good.
Good job.
Good
Yeah.
job.
I was gonna say,
Sometimes I remember.
crown for the day.
Totally. You won your hearty crown for the day.
Oh my god, that's funny. It's like mine's like,
And I loved how
Tilted.
when he came into Rosemary's office, she's like, so yes, immediately knew, okay, you're related to Randall. Like,
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
like,
that's funny. That was
Yeah.
good.
I love those characters. Both of them. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So the next one was with Amanda Wong, January 22nd.
Okay.
Oh dear. All right. There's bubbles of dialogue in there, so I don't know. I'm gonna,
Want me to
you guys
help
will
you
see
with-
it. No. Charleston fever hits Hope Valley and everyone dances all season. And then there's a talk bubble says more dancing later in the season that will be Hardy's favorite, which was,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
what was so good about Amanda is that and a number of the actors did this. Like, not only would they give you hit, miss, or classified, but then
They'll tell you.
then they'll basically tell you.
Give you a little
That was
bit more.
great. That was great.
Oh,
So
dear
yeah, she was
me.
like, not so much, but later in the season, you're going to get a lot of dancing. So that's cool. Yeah.
Okay. And then she, kind of told us a bonus. It was not a hit. It was not a classified, but just a bonus that Amanda was telling us.
Yeah.
That something's coming up with the kids on the radio that is very fun. And because we didn't have that as a guess.
We've seen some fun stuff on the radio.
Yeah, like
with the kids.
The
Yeah,
kids.
well, they had
Lucas.
Of course, they also had the debate with Governor Bouchard, which was
right,
fun.
right.
I don't know if they'd say it was fun.
I was gonna say, well, Lucas didn't like it for
yeah,
sure.
I thought it was fun,
Yeah.
But the kids have been on the radio a lot this season.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a hit, but I'm wondering if we're gonna see more, or I don't know. We still have a few more
knows?
episodes left.
Mhm.
All right. Well, in this episode with Amanda, there was 2 classifieds. So the first one, do Faith and May team up to find an antidote after a hazelnut allergy hits the Hope Valley? And she said, classified, and it's not an allergy.
So hopefully they're going to find help for little Jack.
Yeah. After what we just saw this week, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, now we
now the
understand.
work
We didn't
starts
know
to
that
happen,
before, but
right.
now we
Right.
understand. Yeah. That was a good one. And then the last classified was, does the saloon get implicated somehow in the gold coin mystery?
Interesting.
And she said classified.
The
Does
saloon.
the saloon?
I don't know if we've seen that so far.
I don't think so either.
I think a
No.
lot of people thought Ava was going to be connected to the
Right.
Yeah.
gold.
I certainly did.
Yeah.
And
then
I think it's funny
she
that
left
one of,
and like,
yeah, I totally thought, and potentially she still could be. I mean, we didn't see her in this episode, but maybe she could still come back and be a part of it. I don't know. But who else would be implicated? I mean, we sort of saw him mention the whole gold coin while he was in the saloon, but I think that had already happened by the time.
Yeah.
Well, he's not necessarily tied to the saloon.
So
he just
maybe
had the coin because he paid for something, right? Was it?
Right.
That was what started everything.
Right.
Like,
but that was at the mercantile, right? Or was it at
where
the
he
saloon?
paid for it, but
right.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if we've seen that, but it's funny. In that one, we also had a miss that said May is displeased with Mike's new hire at the saloon, Earl Wyatt. And she said, it's not Wyatt. So she must have met Ava that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
That
Yeah.
all of them were irritated with.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the employee.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clue at that point.
Yeah. We didn't know.
Just knew she ate a lot.
Yep. So the next Heartieship was with Chris. Oh, as you know, all Hearties, when you see the slide, it's kind of funny. Everything's miss. And then
Really?
we have
Every
one
single
hit.
one? We didn't get one hit?
One hit. We had one hit. There's no
Okay, well.
classifieds, but kind of a after he has miss, and then there's some dialogue, well, like, and it's not there. If you go to the recording, he said something about adjacent. It's so funny.
Oh, okay.
So first of all, the ones that he had comments was the Lucas and Edie will do the Charleston in cowboy boots, and he said maybe in other shoes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And if you connect that to Amanda saying
Yeah.
The
dancing.
He could have had it as classified. You never know.
He
but
did.
without the cowboy boots.
Right.
And then when another miss, it was Lucas adopts the calf that he wrote as and teaches little Jack to use a lasso. And it was a miss, but he said, "But let's do it."
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
super
little
fun.
Jack being the rodeo. We want
Yeah.
little Jack to be healthy so he can become a
Right.
rodeo
Mhm.
star.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. All right. So the one hit that Chris told us was Oliver and Allie Wolf plan will influence Governor Burchard's plan for the national park.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
think we've seen
Yeah,
that
we're seeing
going
that.
to fruition.
Happening. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We made a
But that was
little
a good
progress.
conversation. Hearties, if you've not heard or seen some of those chats, just go back. It's so funny. And most of the Heartieships are at the end of the recording. So, but it's some of
Yeah,
it's
check them
really
out in
fun.
our YouTube channel and all our podcast platforms.
Yeah,
No.
love.
I have to listen on the podcast and see how they come across on Heartieship. That's funny.
Yeah,
we need a sound effect on the podcast,
Yeah.
like boom,
Oh, that's funny. I had to do oh man, our last one, because there was a pause because we had another recording, and in the pod is just like it was just a silent,
yeah.
just a gap. So I had to go, and now Heartieship. So I did.
So funny, you did your own radio play.
Well, that's what I had to do,
I love it.
But anyway, that's funny. All right, so the next one was with Brian Bird on February 12th. And we had one hit and one classified in this particular one. 1, 2, 3, 4 misses. So the hit, the guy in the spurs will be implicated in the double eagle coin mystery.
Boom.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now we know.
Yep.
Now
Never
we
liked
know.
that guy. Never liked that guy.
Mm-mm.
From the moment we
Mm-mm.
saw his spurs, we knew.
With the close up.
Yeah.
Don't
that
miss
just
it.
said something,
Yeah. It's
So
significant. It's
subtle.
significant.
Yeah.
All right. So the classified, Ava's white dress was a wedding dress. She's a runaway bride. And it says
Yeah.
classified.
I mean, she's a runaway,
She's
but
a
not
runaway,
a bride.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the next Heartieship was on February 22nd with Ben Rosenbaum. And so there was one that had a hit and then it was a miss, but it says a hit and a miss. But it was Bill takes ill and Hickam is last minute. Oh dear, can you see that? Stand in for Algernon.
Yeah. So it was a hit because the ladies stepped in.
Right. And everybody, all the guys got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they kind of couldn't say that. So.
Right.
Okay. Well, it says hit and a miss. Okay. The other hit was, and it says a qualified hit. The real owner of the green leather trunk comes to town looking for his belongings.
Yeah, so he didn't come to town, but
Yeah.
Right.
we heard about
Asked
him.
for it, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the classified for that specific episode was the rancher that Toddy Davis referenced was Edie Martel's uncle Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's
is
true.
woven, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, and that was true.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just the idea that we only have 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah. And so Bill thinks that the rancher, that Edie's uncle, just may have happened upon the gold and wasn't necessarily a bad guy. And Edie's kind of like, oh, my uncle might have gotten us into something.
Right.
Yeah.
Not clear
Well,
whether
He's
And-
not alive to defend
Is he
himself.
Yeah.
hapless?
She's like,
Is
he left
just
me with this, and now I have to, she has to deal with it. And like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
Interesting.
not clear whether he was really a bad guy or got
Yeah.
caught up in something. So yet to be determined. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, the last Heartieship that we did was with Johannah Newmarch on the 28th, February 28th. And she was the one that said miss adjacent. That was it. But so we have a miss, but it's a hit and a miss, which says so the miss adjacent was Jed and Molly will go on a date. That was the miss adjacent.
Yeah, so maybe that's what we just saw with the festival.
they were
Right.
sitting
Mhm.
together. and-
Right, right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully we get a little more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another hit and miss, which was Little Jack will come down with the same virus as others in Hope Valley, but with serious consequences.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
now we know
Yeah,
after this
because
last
it was so
episode.
interesting how they had this like virus or whatever that wasn't any big deal.
Mhm.
So there was this theme of illness throughout the season, but
Right.
it wasn't.
And
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 now-
and what's interesting too is like he was giving the signs from earlier episodes, like he would be like very
Exactly.
hungry, and she was like, "Wow, but you just ate." And then and whenever he falls asleep in the classroom, like, she's
Right.
like, "Oh wow, like he fell asleep, like
He's
he
up
must be
late reading
tired. He was
comic
reading
books.
comic books, And so
Mhm.
now it's like all the signs that he was showing it led up to
The candy
this.
bar that
Yeah.
Right.
It was
wanted the candy
yeah.
bar.
Needed
And
something
even when he
sweet.
had the
Yeah.
stew, when they had the stew, he wanted the extra. Remember, he was like,
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted extras. Yeah, he wanted more.
But I think too, that's kind of playing to like the real life of parents as well. Like those aha moments. Like I didn't see it. Like it was super easy to explain away. And then
Hmm.
all of a sudden
but
it's like,
what's
oh my gosh,
interesting
it
is
totally
I
makes
didn't see
sense.
any Hearties see it either.
No,
And they are usually
really
eagle-eyed
good.
about these things.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
guess very early, Annette, one of the other admins, was saying that somebody had identified that that of the potential, developments that they could have in the early 20s, that insulin was one of them. But that's as much as of a guess as anybody got close. I didn't see anything
Mm-mm.
on the basis of those little breadcrumbs, and the writers definitely gave us some
Mhm.
breadcrumbs.
Big breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
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 All
Yeah.
the classic signs.
Well, after the fact, now we're like, oh, now I understand
Right.
what's going on.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
so
previously
far
it's like,
now.
oh, he's a growing boy,
Yeah.
He's
Right.
eating more.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that was a good one. All right, so there's 2 hits. So one of our hits from Johannah was Edie will stand with Lucas and Lee for a cattle-free national park.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is. You go ahead, Jen.
Nope, take it away, Chelsea.
No.
No, you.
Yeah, so it's basically like she said, "Hey, I'm not representing him anymore, just so you know." And she knows as well that he's going to give the executive order. So she's like, "Well, I'm not going to be representing him anymore." So
But what's she gonna do for money? She's not in a good way because she doesn't have any clients now. And
But she's got the ranch.
yeah, but the ranch is massively in debt.
Well,
Owes
Well,
money to-
we'll have to
well,
see what the next 3 episodes.
the
gonna
cow.
say
happens in the
2
next
more
episode.
episodes.
Yeah.
2
Or
more
did her
episodes.
loan get forgiven now? Now I'm confused.
Oh, did the
Loan-
loan get forgiven?
Yeah, because they
because of the
resolved that.
trees.
Oh, he signed the
Yeah.
for McGinty. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so she had 3 days, but now it's taken. That part is taken.
Right. That
Yeah.
was the
Okay, all
that
right.
was discussion.
Mhm.
Okay. Whoop.
Okay.
Alrighty. Another
Ugh.
hit. Allie's trespassing on McGinty's land will be further exposed.
Totally was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Big Inty was not happy about that and just throwing it at Nathan's face, you know?
Yeah.
But
And
I
how much
loved
was
that.
the fine?
I loved that scene
Yeah.
where like Lucas was holding him back.
That was
I
awesome.
mean, how far
Yeah.
have they come? Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
cool seeing
glad
them
that-
together in
I was
that.
gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Glad that
It wasn't
Nathan
the
said, I'm gonna
fine
go.
like what was the fine? Because in that day it would have been a massive amount of money for
Don't
Allie to come
remember
up
now.
with. Yeah.
Don't
So
remember.
the fact that that was forgiven was a blessing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like $200 or something like that.
I don't remember.
$1
A lot.
It might
A
have
lot.
well have been.
A
It
lot.
might as well have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
I thought
All
it was
right.
25, so God knows what it really was. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it started with a 2.
Yes. All right. So we have 2 classifieds. We're just going on. Just let it go. All right. The men's clothing in Ava's trunk turns out to belong to Sonny Garrison. And it's classified.
People were absolutely convinced that there was a connection. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it was not, right?
No,
No.
those are
No.
the
So-
stupidest criminals
So
ever.
that's the whole thing. It
That's
was like
giving them way too much
classified.
credit that they would have planted their clothing because they they basically they were just such dimwits. It was hilarious.
But I love it was classified because, oh, well, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, it could be a larger portion of the storyline. So,
Mhm.
all right.
I
And
feel
then-
like we were led astray a little bit with that one.
They could have given us
Just
that
a
one.
tad.
Just a
Just a
little.
tad.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last classified was Mountie Nathan will propose to Elizabeth and Rosemary.
And Rosemary? What? Wrong show.
Sorry.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. Mountie
Wives
Nathan will
not.
propose to Elizabeth, and Rosemary will announce it on the radio. So it's
Oh.
not Nathan
Punctuation
proposed
matters.
to Elizabeth
kids.
and Rosemary will announce. Oh dear me. Yes.
Punctuation matters. Yes. Okay. Yes. So
Oh
we
dear
haven't had a
me.
proposal, and Rosemary has
Haven't
not
seen it.
gotten to announce it on the radio. So
Oh,
there
we've
you
not
go.
seen it, so
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
still
We have 2
classified at
episodes
this
left.
point.
I
We'll just have to
kinda
see.
think-
I was gonna
I
say,
don't know, you guys. I kind of think with this health crisis,
yeah.
Seems like it's a
no.
Probably the
little
last thing on their mind.
monopolizing.
it's probably the last thing on their minds right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, interesting.
Well, this last episode, episode 10, that was the most I've cried for this season so
Mhm.
far. You know, not knowing what we're doing with the last 2 episodes, but it was
Right.
really impactful. It was
Right.
really well directed and acted, and it was really
I
good.
mean, and kudos for Highland. Wow.
Yeah.
Well
did
played
so
for a little
good.
kid.
Lying
Yeah.
there in Nathan's arms, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's,
oof, that was a moment. That
Yeah.
was a moment.
you know, a little boy just
Yeah.
laying there,
Mm-hmm.
not doing
Yeah.
anything. That, I mean, that is not a
Right.
natural
A
part of,
first grader.
yeah, yeah.
I work with first graders.
All right. Well, that's our last one for our Heartieship this year. So yeah. 2
There
more
was
episodes.
one I
and-
wanted to mention that I thought was so funny. That was a miss, but it was so darn funny. Talk amongst yourselves as I
Okay.
put it. Yeah.
I'm just looking for all the misses. Well, I'm gonna do all of our misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hearties did really good overall. Like
Yeah. Oh
all
no,
the
this is
hints
my
and everything.
favorite one.
Yeah.
Is Ned Ned gets sick and has a fever dream about Florence
Oh!
at the cash register.
Which one was that? Wait,
It was the one with
Ned
it was with
Flo
Brian.
fever
It was
dreams.
with Brian.
with Brian.
Yes, we need to see a fever dream.
Oh, and that was after we saw the fever dreams
dreams,
at
yeah.
the last
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Mhm.
That was funny. That was funny. Oh my word.
That was my favorite guess of the season. So funny.
Good stuff.
Can you imagine? Oh, there's so
Hilarious.
many comical things that we could enjoy.
I'm
I
still
do
holding
really-
hope that Ned makes Nutella. I mean, come on.
It
Something
has to
to
do,
make
yeah,
Nutella.
has
He
to.
has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those hazelnuts laying around? Come on.
Yeah.
But
Well,
who
they're not
will
lying around anymore because we had the hazelnut harvest
harvest?
all
Yeah.
togetherness meal.
Sorry.
And it was Nutella.
Mm.
Yeah,
All the spreads.
It's like all the hazelnuts were involved in all the
exactly.
recipes
And all the
of the
recipes,
meals that
hazelnut,
were
hazelnut.
served there.
Yeah, anybody with a nut allergy just really needs
Just,
to excuse themselves.
Not sit
yes.
at that table.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
stop,
there you go.
stop.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
All right, well,
No, there was one more. Hold on.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
one that I thought was interesting was, Hardee's are just so good at picking up these little hints. And there was the earlier mention of Helen Keller. And so people were expecting that when Angela went to the Schwartzman school, that she was going to encounter Helen Keller. Like how,
Mm,
Oh.
I mean, it obviously would have taken away from the scene in some regards too, because
right.
that was just so powerful in and of itself. But it was a really cool guess.
Yeah, that would have
Mhm.
been great too. That would have been cool.
I
Yeah.
know. Very
Well,
cool to have a historical figure like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So Hardy's thinking about it, if we get season 13, and we're always hoping for that, and make sure that you do that. What's the hashtag that we have for season?
Keen on 13.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keen on 13.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, we're doing what we can to kind of
It's a very good
influence that
sign. It's a very
decision.
good sign that The Way Home was renewed. I think
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm hoping.
hopeful.
But next year, think about the Heartieship, because, if there's any guesses, early in the season, if we get it, be
So
okay.
what did we establish is left to still be fulfilled? I mean, obviously we still have the gold mystery we don't know where the gold is. And
Yeah,
at this point,
yeah.
we just need Little Jack to be better.
Well, exactly.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
most important part at this
Right.
point. But yeah, the gold, and then
Anything else that's still hanging? Oh, well, like our Oliver and Allie. Gonna
Oliver has to
cement their
go. I mean, he
relationship?
was there for a temporary assignment.
Oh no.
I mean,
He can't
That's
go.
right.
Can't go.
yeah, love
We
him.
love Oliver.
And
Yeah,
we don't know for sure that Angela's going to the school. That is so
oh, you did that.
you got
Totally
the
did not
word.
mean for that to happen, but hey.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't do it for
That.
me.
You love
Sorry.
Oliver. Is that
That's
what you're
right.
saying?
Well, I mean, even at the first
a
episode,
darling.
whenever we were introduced to him, it wasn't, to me, an earlier adoption of that character. It's like, oh, I love that dynamic for a recruit, that dynamic in the office for the Mountie office, and then we have Allie, and they're just sweet.
Magic. Yeah, very sweet. Yeah. So
But
we need to see what's going to happen with him. And then is Angela really going to go to the
yeah.
Oh,
because they just got their applications in, so we haven't really heard whether she's going to be accepted and whether she's truly going to go and
Well, even
how that's
Emily.
going to affect everybody. And Emily, we don't
Yeah,
know.
she just
Haven't-
found out that she missed the deadline. So that's another thing. So there's lots to go. Just, I don't know how they're going to wrap it up in 2 episodes. I
We don't know
really
what's going
don't
to happen with
understand that.
Lucas and Edie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
But-
need to see a little more there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, Mountie Nathan just got a promotion. Do we think that's significant? Are we gonna?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Gonna be any
Don't know.
changes
Yeah.
regarding that new role, new position? Like,
Yeah, and we
Did
think
Hargreaves-
Lucas could be leaving office. I mean,
Well, did Hargreaves?
Nathan could run for governor.
Oh my word. Can you imagine?
No.
Just switch it off.
Can you imagine? Well, I mean, we've had how many mayors between Lee, Hickam?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Really sorry.
Abigail
Very
was mayor for a
mayoral.
while.
That's right. That's right. Well, maybe Lucas will, lose
Was
his
Dottie's
spot
husband's name?
with the governor and go as
Oh yeah,
a
way
mayor.
back.
Dottie's husband was the mayor
Yeah.
before.
Oh, that's right. Early. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. He died. That was
Right. He died. And then wasn't Henry the mayor for a while after him? Henry like rested away from.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Henry was the mayor for a little
Yeah.
while.
Like
Oh my
season
gosh.
And then, of
There's
course,
been like
Hickam was
more
the
than
mayor.
5 mayors.
I
Hickam
know.
was the mayor too. Well, that should be a contest at some point. It's like how many mayors have we had in Hope Valley and name
Yeah.
them.
Name them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In order.
In order.
Oh, in order.
And I'm gonna binge. How many seasons
Oh
to
my
find that
goodness.
out? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
On that
Anything
note,
else that we need to talk about with Heartieship season 12?
no, just thanks to everybody for submitting ideas and for all of we didn't have our usual talks with the writers every week. So it was kind of cool that different people like got to chime in on the Heartieship.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We made
super
those,
fun.
we made those actors very uncomfortable because they're like, "Am I allowed?"
Who is the one that
Am I
said?
allowed to
maybe it
say
was-
this? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think Johannah was saying that as well. It's like, am I authorized to even do that? I'm like, oh, you're authorized. You're authorized. Yeah, but it was
Sure.
good. But it's been a great season.
And thanks to Lori
far, and-
Pearson for putting the graphics together.
Yes, thank you, Lori.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a village for our group. So
Work wives. I'm just saying.
work wives.
You're all my work spouses.
Oh my gosh. And that's a volunteer.
As
you
a
know?
volunteer.
Volunteer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
There are days
right.
that I talk to you ladies more than I talk
Or
to
that
people
you
in
talk to
real
my
life.
husband. Yeah. After
Oh,
the season, I have to reintroduce myself to my husband. Hello, I'm Marg. I've been a bit absent from our lives.
dear
Yeah,
me. Well, this week especially.
indeed.
I mean, we have so many great interviews, and so hopefully, Hearties, you'll get engaged with us. Comments them below, and just talk about what you have seen. What are you even thinking about? Maybe these next episodes,
What's
2
coming, yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So who knows what's going on? But who wants to close it out?
I can close it out. You just did, but I
Oh,
can-
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you pretty
Yeah.
much did. All
There you
right. Hearties, thank you so much for joining us. We want to hear your Heartieship guesses, what's yet to come in the last 2 episodes. Write them below. Obviously, follow along on YouTube and our podcast channels because there's a whole bunch of Hearties still coming your way. And for the remaining 2 Sundays, we will see you at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central on the Hallmark channel, always with the hashtag Hearties on X. And we'll see you next time on Heart to Hearties.
Edie will stand with Lucas and Lee for a cattle-free national park.
Good for her. Nice. I like it. I'm sorry. I'm waiting for other people to say things so that I just say things. Because I'm just filling the space. That's what I do.
And then sometimes I just don't because I'm like, what's she gonna say next?
Okay, I'm gonna
Sorry.
shut up. Do that one again so these guys can react and I'm not gonna say anything.